And again.
In the races, don't correct into the field.
I don't plan on it. I usually don't.
Sorry if I messed you up there, you're in.
You're good.
Hello everybody and welcome to week 9 of the CTC Cup Series, the 712Breaks Cup Series. Tonight we're at Pocono Raceway, the Triggia Triangle. We're going to do 55 laps tonight, qualifying underway. Driver's going to have 1 lap to put in. We'll see who can start on the pole. Looks like 36 cars here tonight. We'll take a quick look at our race details. 38 cars in the session. Almost 2,600 strength of field. 2.5 mile long track in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, United States. Hayden Lowell and his Richard Petty throwback on screen. The ego on this guy running a Petty scheme. Just kidding, Hayden. Take a look at our weather here. Pretty cool outside, 74 degrees, 97 track temp. Clear skies. Hayden goes around on turn 3. He's going to have to restart that lap. As long as he doesn't cross the line, he's okay. 8 mile an hour easterly wind, so that could be playing a factor. It's somewhat significant. Definitely going to feel that on track. See who else we got out there.
2 laps, or 1 lap's rough.
Start seeing some laps trickle in here soon. Oh, Holmes gets a wall on his lap. That's going to not count it, so he's going to start toward the back. Jeff Price coming out on track. Hayden Lowell going to be trying to start his first lap without spinning this time. That's the struggle of this 1 lap qualifying. You got 1 shot at it. You got to make sure you don't spin. Grego got the grass right there. Garrett Warren goes to top of the board the first time in. Jesse J. Jones quickly gets ahead. 54.5 for Jesse. Casey Graves goes to the top. 54.25 for Casey. These drivers haven't ran a Pocono race in the next gen yet in this series. Wasn't on the season 7 schedule, and obviously it's the first time we've ran it this season. Brantley Bryant to the top of the board in the 50. Wolfenbarger up to second, and I think that's a Montoya throwback. Might be Kyle Larson. Forgot to look in the Discord at all of these paints, but Brantley Bryant still on top of the board. We'll see who else we got out there. Brian Martin finishes his lap, but it doesn't count. But we've seen a lot of that so far. Victor Lugo be getting his first lap. Minute and 30 left, so plenty of time to finish this lap. Running the middle. Okay, I can confirm it is a Larson throwback for the 32. And Lugo out of turn 3. .55.02 should put him up to 18th. Nobody else out there right now. Just some guys putting in some practice laps. That should do it for qualifying. Nobody else is going to have time to put it in a lap. So that means 23 cars putting in a lap time of the 38 here tonight. Not great. It means a lot of Trenton's back in his box.
If you didn't run a throwback this week, I think you deserve an EOL for next week.
Sorry about the voice chat. Okay, qualifying wrapping up. We'll move on to our gridding. Okay. Up here, we do have penalty from last week. We do, so we'll take care of that really quick. Get started with our grid. Do have to do it manually, so I apologize for that. Okay, here we go. Any second now. Okay, starting in first, Brantley Bryant in the 1. This really scuffed. Brantley Bryant in the 1. Starting in second tonight, Garrett Wolfenbarger in the 32. Carson Bechtel going to start in 3rd. Tracy Graves going to start in 4th. Brian Jackson in 5th. Ricardo Bernal in 6th. We'll see if we can get these paint schemes here in a moment. Wait till they start driving so we can get a good look at them. Bradley Wilson in the 51, we start in 7th. Take a quick look at all those throwbacks. Ryan Jackson looking good. He gets going here. There he goes. Ricardo Bernal in the 62. Bradley Wilson, Trenton Sneed in 8th. Hayden Lowell 9th. Colby Stidham 10th. Jeff Price 11th. Jamel Callens, I'm sorry, Jamel Callens 12th. Having trouble with speaking today. Patrick O'Keefe in 13th. Jesse J. Jones 14th. Kenny Frisbee in 15th. Nick Leo in 16th. Garrett Warren in 17th. Cliff Mullins in 18th. Victor Lugo in 19th. I'll try to get a good look at everybody's paint schemes tonight. Try to get a look at all of them at least once here on the broadcast. Stefanowski 21st. Hayes 22nd. Clapper Newell 23rd in the pits. Nick Cooper 24th. Trevor Schrago 25th. Brad Patton 26th. Davis Greenwell 27th. Mateo Ortiz 28th. Ronnie Holmes in 29th. Andrew Beach 30th. Garrett Boyd 31st. Brian Martin 32nd. Dave Hoytsman 33rd. DG Swiss 34th. Randy Lee 35th. Scott Elston 36th. Jonathan Raines 37th. And Ian Montrose 38th. Okay. Real quick. Gotta deal with something else as well. There it is. Okay, almost forgot about Hayden Lowell's penalty from the Bristol race, so got that now. You see that. Larson throwback on the outside. I was a big Ganassi Larson fan, so that's pretty cool to see. These are long pace laps here at Pocono. Didn't want to have to add the second lap, but we had to. So we're gonna have Clapper Newell starting from the back, as well as the 56 of Lowell. I want to get that mentioned in here. Obviously from the Bristol race. Okay. Coming out of turn 3. Through the restart zone, pace car gonna pull off. Green flag in the air. And it's waving. Green flag is out. Even start for the leaders. Wolfenbarger actually with a better start than Bryant. Dead heat into turn 1. Who's going to prevail off of the first corner? Looks like Wolfenbarger using the momentum on the outside, going to clear. And here comes the side drafting. This is what this track is known for in this car. Just a ton of side drafting all the way down this straightaway especially. Oh, Price gets a little tight in the center. Oh, the 50 goes around on the second straightaway. The second back straightaway. And the caution's out. But he saved it, and we're still going, so unfortunately. Brian actually didn't even fall to last place. Let's take a look at what happened. I think he just made contact with another car. I'm not sure if the other car initiated the contact, but we will take a look. Oh, that already happened. Here we go. Into the tunnel turn. Just a little high up the racetrack, gets into the 59. 59 gets loose, and then the 50 gets loose. So just a lot of beating and banging right there. Did a good job keeping it off both walls and out of the field. A little bit of rear contact, but nothing major there. Alright, so that'll be caution lap number 1. Alright, Wolfenbarger up front now, as our pole sitter didn't make it back to the start-finish line. Pit lane will be open. Nobody coming down, no surprise there. Oh, we may have some takers here toward the middle of the field. Dalton Hayes going to be the first to come down. Randy Lee with some damage. What happened to Randy? Showing is the 9 car, but he is the 00. What happened? Not that camera, that's not gonna help us. Oh man, under caution. That may have been a hardware failure. I'm not sure, but just hooks it left to the inside wall with heavy, heavy damage. Well, what's up, everybody? All right, seen in chat, Carson Bechtel has COVID, so that's definitely going to be tough to race with. Speaking from experience, props to him for coming out here tonight. I wouldn't be able to do that. He's running in second right now, so he's doing good so far. Did a great job qualifying and didn't get involved. Well, he did get involved technically, but was able to save the car and didn't get any damage from that incident. It's a good word with Randy Lee. He's in the waiting room. Out of the infield care center. Hey, Randy. It's Lucas, you got me.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I was watching the replay on your stream on YouTube and was not paying attention.
Oh no.
So if you want some company,
Absolutely.
I can hang out here with you.
Hang out up here, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, because this car is toast. It's 8 minutes of required. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, it didn't look good. The left front was wobbling all over the place when you got back going.
I can't believe I looked up. I was watching the replay and I looked up and I was like, "Oh shit, there's a wall." And we were, yeah, that was it.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. It was a pretty hard hit.
I know. I get my one time to race with you guys because I got to go back on the road tomorrow, and this is what I do.
Well, hopefully we can complete a full green flag lap this time.
Yeah, well.
Field is double file. We'll come back to the green this time by instead of making up turn 3. Wolfenbarger going to be in control. He did take the top lane. Alright, here they come. No fans in the stands. I apologize for that. I just realized the crowds are turned off. Through the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Already fanning out. Seeing Lugo, Patton, Martin to the bottom, and several more behind that. Oh, 4 wide here. That's not going to work, but it is Pocono. They got a lot of room. Back to 3 wide.
I was just at this track a couple days ago.
Yeah, can you give us the inside scoop on what the drivers are going through right now?
Not really. I wasn't able to see the front stretch.
Oh, okay. I think I just saw 3 wide again through the tunnel turn. That's even more. Okay, the 24 going to be trying to make his drive-through penalty right here as there's contact between the 7 and the 27. Still contact. Mullins looking 4 wide. Not going to get there. See the 24 pull off to pit road. And it is Pocono, so not going to hurt him too bad. He should stay on the lead lap. Our leader still single file through the top 10. The action is around the 14th on back. They're 3 wide once again. Leo to the inside of Martin. Oh, Leo's loose! Leo's trying to save it, and he does. Great save by Leo. He'll file back in at 24th.
Pretty close. Car breakaway for the lead here.
That seems to be pretty tough to pass already. Although I do see Patton making his way by Kenny Frisbee. Those 2 teammates going to settle it out for 11th. Sorry. 12th actually has a battle now. Garrett Boyd gets up into 13th. Oh, a bunch of people getting the wall off turn 3. Keep wanting to call it turn 4, but that's not what it is.
What turn 4?
It's either turn 5 or turn 3. There's no 4.
Yeah, there was a debate earlier before the beginning of the race. There was a debate.
Now, I've never been to Indianapolis like you have, but I do know that I've never been to a track of this size until I went this last time around.
And battle for the lead, possibly. Bechtel's all over the back bumper of the 32. He may be just pushing him to build that lead. Oh, there's contact with the wall again. Vainoski in the wall. He gets it pulled off, but all those cars are going to go by him. Big Vainoski, heavy right front damage. Someone just got called an idiot. But I guess we're okay. I don't know what's going on. to 19th after serving the drive-through penalty. Garrett Boyd making the move to the inside of Kenny Frisbee. Lugo to the inside of Jones. Those two teammates going at it for 17th. Oh, caution's
we got
out.
a caution.
Trey goes around in the backstretch. As is Llewellyn behind him. It was hiding in there. Didn't see him at first.
No way on Llewellyn. No way.
Take a look back at what happened. Daniel, oh man, he just gets right up the side drafting. We talked about it pre-race. The side drafting is so aggressive at this track and these cars that Daniel just overstepped his boundaries, I think, a little bit right there. That's the wrong onboard. Here we go. You'll see he just kind of drifts right up into the 37's quarter panel, ever so slightly. Absolutely cooks his tire for about a half mile, and then they carry on their merry way. I don't think either of them really got damaged. It's just the 37's probably got 4 flat tires at this point.
Gonna have to get that trailer that picks it the whole thing up, bring him back in.
Yep, and he's involved in a wreck, so he's gonna have to go to the garage. Can't race anymore, according to NASCAR.
Yeah, all flat 4 tires. You can't race anymore.
Alright, so interested to see if we see pit stops here. I think we will, at least for fuel, but track position being so important, you may just want to stay out and take the track position while you can. I'm not really sure what these guys are going to call, but I'm sure we'll find out here in about 10 seconds.
Well, what can you say about tire wear here?
Not that bad. I haven't raced these cars at this track in probably a year, but if I remember correctly, track position is very important, but Peter coming down pit road and lean a bunch with him.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty busy.
I do see a couple of cars staying out. Casey Graves, Carson Bechtel, Kobe Stidham, Kenny Frisbee, Brian Martin, Nick Leo, and Dave Hoitzman looks like all stay out. Everybody else coming down pit road this time.
There's my lonely car sitting down there at the end of pit road.
Chase Elliott out of this one.
That wasn't even the paint scheme I was running. I wonder why it's showing that on your end. I was running the Coors Light this time around.
Oh, well, thanks, Trading Paints.
Yeah,
Looks like
we can
fuel
always.
only for Patton, Warren, and 2 tires for Bernal. Everybody else taking 4. Looks like for the most part, Greenwell with fuel only. Same with Llewellyn and Elston. But a lot of 4-tire stops. And I'm surprised to see that with how little green flag laps we had in the grand scheme of things, but these guys do have 4 tire changes available. That's 5 total sets across the race, including the starting one, so.
Well, shoot, they're already a quarter of the way through the race, so.
You got something to play with.
Definitely got plenty of tires left.
So the top 7 didn't come down.
Which sometimes in these league races, we don't have a whole lot of tires to work with, so you have to manage that pretty well.
I think I would go either way on this call. I think it's good for a lot of those guys who were stuck, 20th on back, stuck in that dirty air, not making any moves. I think it's worth the risk to try to stay out, get up front, and see what you can do with it.
I agree. I think that a lot of the people were pretty much minding their own business at this point in time. And if that continues to happen, you're going to get a long run here.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. But, that run, that was about 7-ish laps. So that's a decent amount of time at Pocono. That was about 6.5 minutes worth of racing.
Now, had I still been out there, that might have been a different story. I'm better at tracks with a little bit. I'm better at tracks with a little bit more banking than these.
Oh, so you like turn 1 then, right? 2 and 3 you can screw off.
Yeah, that's the only turn that I like. But I can understand why, you know, the NASCAR drivers out there talk about turn 2 so much, the tunnel turn, because there's not a whole lot of real estate underneath between the actual tunnel and the track itself. It's like Swiss cheese, really, almost over there.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
I mean, obviously it's reinforced.
I think, but like turn 2, I think is modeled after Indianapolis. Turn 3 is modeled after something like New Hampshire, and I forget what turn 1 is supposed to be like, but they're all supposed to mimic other tracks. Here we go. Pace car going to pull off. We'll get this race restarted after our second caution of the night.
Let's go racing, boys.
Oh no. DW is in the booth with us.
Oh, I ain't gonna. Nope, not doing it.
Green flag back in the air. Oh, lane changed by the 23 before the line. We'll take a look at that. Oh boy, are we 4 wide again? I think we are. Oh lord, here we go. Okay, back to 3. Oh no, the 97! Getting loose! Oh no, there's a huge wreck. Turn 1. And my dad just gets destroyed right there.
He's not alone.
What happened here? Looking from the restart. Montrose comes down a little late, then the 7 gets into the 97, and it's on from there.
Just a domino effect of madness happening there.
Yeah, and that's...
And then the guy that got caught up at the beginning, the pole sitter, ends up getting caught up in that one as well.
And that is why you don't change lanes in the braking zone. Oh man, just ping pong. We'll look on board with the pole sitter as well. Brantley Bryant from the restart. Right as the 97 slides back up, nowhere to go for the 50 of Bryant.
Yeah, just one of those times where, you know, you get mixed up in something at the beginning, puts you in the back, and then here it comes.
There's going to be a lot of damage being fixed here under caution.
That's another thing I learned today is we do not have fast repairs in this series, so that's it.
Yeah, to the displeasure of a lot of drivers. Well, some. Yeah, no fast repairs since I think week 4 or 5.
And honestly, I as a fan of this game and as a person who enjoys NASCAR, I think.
Yeah, I think it's definitely changed up how a lot of these guys race now that you don't have that fallback. You got to race a lot cleaner. You got to look ahead of you. You got to stay calm. You got to be patient. You got to make sure you don't put yourself in a bad spot. And that's one of those things that completely changes your mindset going into these races. They seem a lot longer. As somebody who raced a league with no fast repairs before, it makes you completely look at it differently.
Absolutely, and it's, you know, you bring what you brought. You have your one car, and that's it. And so you got to take care of it. No, I didn't realize that until I got to my pit stall, and I was like, oh. But now I know.
So glad I didn't have driver chat on. Alright, we'll be taking the one to green here. Carson Bechtel going to be in control of this restart. Still on those old tires that he started the race on, along with the rest of the top 7. And then 8th and 9th took fuel on the last pit stop, but still on those old tires. And then everybody else pretty much has the newer tires. But so far, I don't think any of them have made up a spot. I know we only made it through half a corner in the last restart, but figured it would have mixed up a little bit in the wreck. But it did not.
Take it easy.
Somebody just said somebody is like a bottle of mustard 2/3 full, and I don't even know where to start with that.
Bottle of mustard 2/3 full. Does that mean that like there's the water on the top before you like?
Yeah, before you shake it. Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
If you don't shake it, then you get the If you know, you know.
But I think he's saying it's juicy. Anyway,
It's getting a little juicy.
race car is gonna pull off. We'll go back to racing. Hopefully, we can make it past turn 1 this time.
We still got lots of laps to go here.
Yeah, these guys need to calm down before we go 3 hours here tonight. Good restart for Bechtel. Braves going to be clear into second. Side by side for third with Frisbee and Stidham. Leo and oh, Garrett Warren. Leo missed the corner, got up into the 04. 32 clears the 7 just barely. I saw that. I think he made contact. Now they're 3 wide for 7th. One's loose on the bottom.
Way to go for everyone on the back end of not wrecking into all.
And somehow we complete that lap. Now we're 4 wide into turn 1. Jeff Price backs out of it, thankfully. Bradley Wilson trying to get around Ian Montrose right here. Brent Steed all the way up to the wall. Runs really wide in turn 2, and that'll allow Hayden Lowell to get by. Stidham and Frisbee side by side again for third. Frisbee gets up into the 36, maybe. I think he stayed off of him. The 36 gave him room, and he'll clear up into third. Frisbee back to the inside. Oh, Frisbee clears the 32.
Frisbee was one of the ones that stayed out on that last pit.
Yeah, Wolfenbarger, first car on 4 tires. He's really been the only one to make it work so far. it's not working too well. He's only up to 5th so far. By far the best on all of them, though. The next car on 4 tires is back in 10th with Bradley Wilson.
I guess it only proves that, like you said, after a year, not much has changed.
Yeah, it's still tires. Guess we got a hard compound from Goodyear this week. Not much fall off. Like 3 wide right there. Oh, okay, we're way too far back. 3 wide right there. Leo and Wilson. Patton was in there. Aiden Lowell to the inside of Montrose.
Some pretty solid racing going on all around the track. You can see so far.
Been green for about 4 laps now. I think we're working on our 5th. Side by side for 3rd again. This time it's Wolfenbarger and Frisbee.
He's definitely wearing him out.
Frisbee dives into the corner, tries to clear in the center. Wolfenbarger holds strong on the bottom. Almost contact off turn 1. And these guys are holding each other up. All that side drafting is pulling them away from the top 2. Wolfenbarger especially going to be upset about this with those new tires. I think he was hoping to be up toward the front by this point, but now 1.5 seconds from 2nd place and 2.3 from the lead. He's going to try to make this pass quickly. Throws it into turn 3. Now he'll clear the 11. Oh my goodness. And he's up in the 3rd. That has stacked everybody up. Instead of Martin for 5th.
That's a mess back there.
Oh yeah, whole mess.
Well, Wolfenberg can give old Cole Custer a call, and they can talk about that and being held up.
Now the 51 of Bradley Wilson, the next car on tires after the 32. He's up into 8th. And probably getting pretty sick of being stuck behind these cars with older tires. Now that the tires are going to heat up, we're going to see a bigger difference. That's just how it is in these cars. The temperature is really what decides how bad your tires are. Those older tires are going to heat up and be worse. And we're seeing that right now. The 32 and the 51 are starting to really move through the field. Apologize for how loud that trackside camera is. You need to tell the audio guys to fix that. I think next caution we get, we'll fix it. Sorry,
I
Randy.
got some time. I'm still sitting on pit road.
Yeah, go run over to like the back stretch and tell those guys to turn their mics down.
I'll go run to the broadcast trailer and let them know what's going on.
All right, thank you. Turn the dials down, guys. Come on now. I think Leo Hayden Lowell. Hayden's up to 11th with his new tires. Oh, the 52 swings it down to the inside. I think he took 2 tires on the last pit stop.
I think maybe the 56 had scraped the wall and he was.
Bradley Wilson now up into 6th. He gets by Stidham. And I think we're going to start seeing pit stops soon for these guys that haven't stopped yet. I'm going to guess around 30 to 35 is going to be the window after all those cautions. Depending on how much they save fuel under the cautions, It's really going to determine how far they do go.
I would really love to see this thing go green to see how this all plays out.
Oh, a lot of contact. I saw at least 6 cars get the wall off turn 1 right there. 56 blocking the 69 down to the inside. Looking to make the move on the 92. Pushing the 04 down the second back straightaway. I don't know what to call that.
The short straight?
The short straight, there we go. That's what we'll call it all night. 3 wide. Ian Montrose thought about 4. He's going to give a shove to the 56.
Ian is slowly moving up.
Oh! Heavy contact right there. Switched away at the last second. You just threw a block on the 57. There's a lot of blocking and side drafting going on, and that spells disaster to me. Frisbee and Patton battle for 4th. Frisbee gonna let him and the 51 go. Oh, not quite. 11 with a good run on the outside. He'll pull to the outside of the 51. But the 7, those 3 all teammates now. Wanted Goons, Shenandoah Shine. So they'll all work together some way. Not exactly points bank teammates, but help each other out kind of teammates. And it's showing right now. 51 probably wants to get around them though with his newer tires, but he just hasn't been able to yet. We've been green for quite a bit of time now, probably about 10 or 11 laps. So far we've had 3 cautions, only 1 lead change. 3 different leaders, that doesn't really add up.
There's a good bunch up around like 10. A lot of action back there.
Side by side for 5th, Wilson once again trying to get by those guys, and he clears the 11 in the tunnel turn. He's up into 5th now, and he's looking good. Meanwhile, Carson Bechtel going to cross for lap 30. And once again, he has not pit yet this race, so anytime now he'll be coming down for fuel, and he's going to try to run it out as far as he can to be good to the end of the race. And right now, it should be an easy 1 stop from here, just doing math on how far he's made it so far and how many laps we have left. I don't know how much he saved under caution again, but 25 laps to go this time by. He's already ran 30. There's still top 10 is a heated battle right now.
Seems like they're having a great time back there.
Well, we'll fall back to 12th again. He just can't seem to break the top 10. Look a little bit farther back at the rest of these throwback schemes. Garrett Warren in that 04. Love the Home Depot throwback. Ronnie Holmes in the Kellogg's 57. And I love the font with the Hendrick 5. One of my favorites out here.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good one.
Davis Greenwell in the DiGiorno car. That's something.
A lot lot of good drivers drove that Tony the Tiger car. I mean, I believe it started with Terry Labonte.
Dalton Hayes in the 47. He doesn't run that paint a lot, but it does count as a throwback.
I think Carl Edwards ran it too.
Jesse Jones in the Pocono car, Lugo in the McDonald's car. That's one of my favorites on here tonight. That's so tastefully done. It's simple, but it's exactly what it should be.
Dang, the 27 McDonald's car. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's definitely a throwback.
DG Swiss in the 26. Denny Hamlin throwback to his first win, I want to say. I forget what he said in the Discord. Then a Bobby Labonte throwback in the 05. That's another one of my favorites out here. I love that Interstate Batteries car.
It's been a staple around NASCAR.
Bradley Bryan and the Jeff Bodine throwback. I think. Possibly. Ryan Jackson, I couldn't name this one. He probably posted it. I'm a horrible note taker. But it's a good looking car. And NWO car for Jonathan Rains. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. Something happened with Rains. He's loose. But he's a lap down right now. He just came off of pit road, so that's the cold tires are getting him. That's what that was. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all of our throwback schemes out here. We'll take a look at Wolfenbarger's Larson throwback. Casey Graves coming down pit road as we're looking at him. So that answers that question. Wolfenbarger going to take over the lead. Brad Patton in the Dale Earnhardt throwback will go up into third. We got a lot of pit stops right there, actually. So we'll take a look at pit road. Carson Bechtel, obviously, he was the leader, but all those guys going to be out of fuel 34 laps into their run. That tells me they should easily make it to the end of the race.
It's not a huge throwback, but while I was at the track there in Pocono, I was able to get my dad and myself a shirt from the doubleheader quarantine that they had there in 2020.
I wish they would continue doing the doubleheader. That was, I thought that was pretty awesome, but Alex Bowman's win killed it.
I thought it was really cool too, and I was surprised that they still had shirts, 4 years later. So I went and grabbed a couple of those for us, and that was cool. Oh, got one.
Oh yeah, pit road entry. I didn't get a good look at who it was. Sure, my data could tell me here. Might have been Dalton Hayes. He got a black flag right there. We'll take a look at it. He just gets a simple speeding penalty. Wolfenbarger comes in this time from the lead. They'll put Bradley Wilson out front and he'll lead a lap. Patrick O'Keefe going to move up to second. Garrett Boyd third. A lot of cars still have yet to pit their final time. Like the top 18, 17 all still have yet to make their final pit stop. Everybody else has come down or is on pit road.
This is where it's gonna get fun.
For sure. See where everybody else comes out. Wolfenbarger. This is the race for the lead, presumably. Bechtel gonna go around Wolfenbarger. That short pit. Not as far ahead as I figured he would be. We'll keep an eye on that. Wolfenbarger is right there, and he's got newer tires. Oh, Dalton Hayes in the inside wall, right on the side of our stream. And he's got a broken left front. What happened? Take a look. Guessing cold tires after coming out from his pit stop. And he almost gets in the wall, and as he's trying to pull it off, just gets in the inside wall. A rough go there for Dalton, gets the speeding penalty, and then once he comes back out off of pit road, gets in the wall. Hayden Lowell's now out front as Bradley Wilson pits. Battle for the lead once we come and cycle out. Bechtel and Wolfenbarger, those are the first two that have made their final pit stop, and still about 0.3 of a second separating them.
Yeah, they're a lot closer than they were before.
For sure, yeah. The pit stop, I think Wolfenbarger had a really good pit entry and closed that gap, because Bechtel should be farther out in front with the short pit. And Wolfenbarger closed a lot in turn 1 right there.
Yeah, he's catching up big time right there.
Battle for the lead. The current lead. Garrett Boyd goes by Hayden Wall. And Davis Greenwell down pit road. As Jake Fainowski, Daniel Llewellyn. That leaves the top 11 still have yet to pit. Wolfenbarger and Bechtel. Wolfenbarger's trying. I can see he arced it into the corner right there. Bechtel gets loose, trying to defend that position. Wolfenbarger is outside, and that might be all she wrote for Carson Bechtel. We'll see if he can defend this spot, and he cannot. He's going to file in behind the 32. And as long as this all cycles out, that's going to be the battle for the lead right there.
Didn't look like there was any contact at all. Looks like the 59 just got loose.
Yeah, the 32 got to his outside. 59 just trying to hold on off the corner. Just put a little too much throttle in it. Meanwhile, the current lead, Boyd and Lowell, looks like trying to work together to make up some time. They're just hoping for a caution right now. And with how spread out the field is, I don't think he's going to get that anytime soon, but it's worth a shot. And as I say that,
there it is. There it is.
Jonathan Rains. So it's going to involve the 5. And there it is. Take another look from the blimp camera. 5 throws a slider. Slides up in front of the 50. And as the 50 gets to the outside, he comes up into his nose. And he's going to wreck on the short straight. And throw the caution that completely changes this race. The top 10 all had yet to make their pit stops. But Wolfenbarger, Bechtel, and everybody else only have 1 to 7 laps on their tires. And as we saw before, that's not really going to make enough of a difference.
It is.
And with it being Pocono, none of those guys went a lap down. Everybody's still on the lead lap.
You gotta love the big tracks.
Yeah, Pocono, known for the crazy pit strategies just because of how long and slow it is. The 55-second lap times really changed the outcome of the race. Oh man, contact entering pit road. Garrett Boyd gonna pull into his pit box. Everybody who stayed out gonna come down right here. And if I'm everybody who pit already, I'm staying out because I know my tires are not gonna be that bad. But if you got the extra set and you think it's gonna work, not gonna blame you for trying. A lot more came down pit road than I was expecting. Post race off pit road. Looks like Hayden Lowe wins the race off. Garrett Boyd second, Cooper third. A whole bunch of other cars after that. The top 12 all staying out. Wolfenbarger out in the lead. He's got 6 laps on his tire. Graves in second. He's got 8 laps on those tires. I think the best on tires right now is Trevor Trego. He's sitting there in the 9th spot, and he didn't run any green flag laps on those tires. So I think he got the best outcome out of anybody in this situation. Along with the 51 of Bradley Wilson, he's only got about 1 to 2 green flag laps on those, so they didn't even get heated up yet. They should be just as good as those guys that just pit.
Agreed. So, what would you rather run, Lucas? Would you rather run 500 miles in the middle of June in Pocono heat, or would you rather run 500 miles on Labor Day?
You cut out there. Labor Day where?
At Darlington.
Oh, for sure Darlington. Just because I'm a little biased there. Darlington is definitely my favorite track.
Well, that makes sense, but I want to say that, like, the mental focus that you have to get to run these long races at places like this, it can, I mean, it's so I always wondered whether, you know, the Pocono heat was worse than the Darlington heat.
Yeah, this track, it just looks miserable to race at in real life. The fact that they always race in June or July, and then just how long the straightaways are, there's so much heat in the car.
Man, had they been there last weekend when I was there, it would have been great. Cloudy, 65 degrees, awesome.
Yeah, we need to get a Pocono playoff race. What do you tell NASCAR? Early November.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people trying to get net playoff races at this point. Look,
Texas
everybody,
can get one. Pocono can get one.
This year we didn't have bad weather. NASCAR, you done missed out.
All right, we're gonna go green with 12 laps to go, and it's gonna be all out from here. There's no tire saving. Whoever's fastest is gonna win this race, or whoever can navigate the dirty air. Here we go. Pace car gonna pull off. We'll go through the restart zone and get this thing restarted.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air here at Pocono. Wolfenbarger, good start. He clears out to the lead. Top 3 already single file. Brian Martin looks to the inside of Casey Graves, and I think they were 4 wide again. Back to 3 wide in turn 1. And I'm not going to go for our super loud backstretch camera again.
Yeah, they didn't get my memo.
Battle for the lead. Wilson trying to get around Wolfenbarger. Slides up in turn 3, and he's clear of the lead. Those newer tires doing him favors.
Yeah, he
Bradley
definitely
Wilson.
took advantage of that.
Somebody coming down pit road toward the back. Jesse J. Jones.
Had a few in the middle bounce off the wall there, coming off the 3 too.
Yeah, I think we might have had a small wreck there on the backstretch. I'm seeing a lot of cars with 4Xs. Jesse Jones gets a meatball flag. So heavy damage. Oh, they're wrecking off turn 1. Caution's out. Andrew Beach involved. He slides right down the track into the 15. And a bunch of other cars involved in this one too. Alright, what happened in this one? That was not far enough back. 52 just drives right into the 71 and wrecks him. And the 71 slides right down to the 15.
14 had nowhere to go. Like, he just, the 52 just ran him up.
Just didn't lift. And then stayed in the gas.
You can't, you can't do that at Pocono. I mean, that's like, you can't hold the car. He was obviously set up to, well, not obviously, but I mean, it almost seems like he planned to use him up in a way. It's only an opinion, but
I'm going with Brian Jackson. Got involved late. I can already tell you he had nowhere to go. Had no idea it was about to happen. Oh, that is a helpless feeling, seeing the 71 come straight down the track. On board with the 71 through this. Would have been fine if the 62 didn't, or the 52 didn't plant, yeah, the 62, I'm sorry. The 62 didn't plant the throttle. I think it would have been okay, but just an avoidable accident. Shades of Richmond.
and that's probably what, 5 cars probably out of this now because of that.
At least the 71 and 62 and 15.
And somehow none of them have a 23 on the side. I had to get my one lick at Daniel in on that one. So what's going on with Carson? Down in 23rd? 28th? 28th? No.
That's a good
26th.
question. He's got a lot of damage. I think he was involved in that. So we'll take a look at this. We had
He
that
was up
accident
front all day.
that happened on lap 44, halfway through the pack. We didn't actually see that when it happened. Oh man, this was a big wreck. That involved several cars. We'll take another look here from the top down. It starts around the 27. Yeah. Make contact with the 05 and then everything breaks loose.
Dang.
Oh man, yeah, the 05 and 27 get together. And that kills at the front ends of the 55 and 59.
He was fighting for the lead all day, and you get caught in the back, and these things happen.
I think he was one of those that came down for tires. And that's the exact situation I'd be scared of doing that. But field back to 2 wide. They are absolutely yapping in voice chat right now.
Yeah, big time. Hey, I could get back out there. I'm not gonna do that, but it would be funny.
All
For
right,
me,
Bradley
anyway.
Wilson in control. Wolfenbarger in second. We'll see what happens on this restart.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Wilson and Wolfenbarger, good start. Graves clears in the third. Now Martin under fire from Leo. Oh, a bunch of cars in the wall. One of those being a wall in. Haha. He's up there in 14th. Pretty wide through the tunnel.
Over
turn.
spinning.
Oh boy, wreck in the back.
Davis, little here. Nice and smooth. Cool your
20.
tires off. Get your fans on.
All right, let's see what happened. This one's gonna be... Okay, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Okay, so it starts around the 43 car. Heading into the tunnel turn, lifts a little early. And oh man, the 48 gets into his quarter panel. 26 gets a piece of it. The 20 gets turned by the 05. It looks like they save it, not too much damage there. Alright, let's look on board the 48, because that's really where this starts. Is just out of the gas early, and I don't think the 48's ready for it.
Wrench.
26 of DG Swiss. He comes off pretty lucky in this one, I'll be honest. I hate to be a part of a wreck, but could have been a lot worse. All right, Bradley Wilson still in the lead. No surprise there. And should go green without using a green white checkered. Should have 3 laps to go when we take the green.
What do you think the odds are here?
With Wilson having his teammate on older tires behind him, there's not much anybody else can do. They're all going to have to work together if they want a chance of beating those two teammates, but it's not exactly easy to do in a race.
Yeah, with the way things are going out back, I think we're probably going to have an OT situation here in a minute.
That was our 6th caution of the night. 36 of 50 laps have been under green.
Hey, at least we made it past halfway.
That we did. The 48's in the wall. What is happening? What happened here? 48 drives up into the 26, and then the 26 drives down into him. Okay. Not sure what that was about. Man, they are yapping tonight.
Yeah, like, what? Were those two involved in the wreck? They weren't involved in the wreck together the last time, were they?
I don't think so. I think this might have just been not paying attention from the 48.
I mean, he does come up a ways here. Like a lane and a half.
I don't know what the deal is with that one. I don't know. Alright, back to the little file. We'll go green with 3 laps to go.
My neighbor just showed up to watch the end of the race, and he's...
Alright, everybody, on your feet. This is going to be a crazy restart. Wilson in control. We'll see if the two teammates race each other hard or not. It'd be wise for them not to ensure one of them wins it, but...
Yeah, they're rough.
Yeah, they're dooring each other right now. Turn 3. Go through the restart zone. The final time tonight, hopefully. Wilson in control of this one. Green flag back in the air. Good start for Wilson. Brian Martin with a really good restart, and he clears the 32. That's going to make this interesting. Battle for the lead is on. Martin, not a good turn 1. And now the 32 and the 54 side by side, and everybody else dooring each other and hitting the wall behind that. Still side by side for second. Brian Martin trying to hold off the 32. Wolfmarger, he gets the wall. And the 51 is loving this.
Still clear out back.
Oh, there's contact in 3. Way in the back. Turn 3. Oh, man, 2 laps to go. They're 4 wide.
Yeah, the 51 is absolutely loving all this.
They're still side by side. Now 3 wide for second. Martin finally gets clear, but the damage is done. 7/10 of a gap to the leader, and I don't think he's going to be able to mount a comeback from there, but we'll see. Meanwhile, there's still a lot of battling going on. Patton and Warren there for 15th. Up at the front, third place, contested battle, Wolfenbarger and Montrose. Oh, the 36 of Stidham spins down to the inside. He's back up in front of everybody. Tags the 04 Warren. The caution is out, and we're going to do this all over again.
Let's re-rack them.
Oh, man. So Stidham gets tagged by the 11 and just gasses it right up in front of everybody. But that's not what you're supposed to do. I'll just give you a little hint on that. On board. Yep, just gasses it right up into the racing line. And wrecks a lot of other people out who weren't involved in this. And that's all. It all started with contact with him and the 11 car. And he's just a little low on exit even. I don't think the 11's expecting him to crowd him that much. It's just... I don't understand it. He takes the 62 and the 04 out when they weren't involved in this at all. That's going to be dealt with after the race. The 52 just spun. I don't know what is happening right now. What was that? He just loops it for seemingly no reason. Okay. '56 car. Now he's driving again. He's pulled ahead of the field and stopped on the side.
What in the world is going on over there?
I think he's trying. He had to do something in real life and had to pull over. But you're not really allowed to do that, so. Alright, one lap to green. First overtime attempt. Okay, it was a little tinkle break for the 56.
He didn't have the right fire suit, you know.
Somebody needs to get the 56 a Depend sponsor. All right. Maybe we don't get on our feet this time. I think we got everybody a little too excited last time. So let's all just be real nonchalant about this, and maybe they'll take the white flag. All right, pace car gonna pull off. Let's get this over with.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Brian Martin, a good start. He's even with the 51. He's gonna give a little side draft, and he's actually ahead. Heck of a start for Brian Martin. What can he do with it? Down into turn one. Assuming he gets a good corner, he should clear the 32. Gets in the wall a little bit. That's going to hurt his
the wall a little
momentum.
bit back there, but they're going to be all right.
51. He's got those two both on his bumper. He throws a little block on the 32. Now the 54 and 32 get together. Oh, the 54 goes wide. He's going to get the wall. Everybody has to swing to avoid him. Now it's the 32 and the 56. Trying to race down to the 51. Contact is made with the 11. Will he save it? No, he will not. The 7 gets back into him, and they're wrecking off the corner. Caution is out.
Caution is out.
Right before the line, all-star race style. Second overtime attempt on the way, and they're still wrecking.
Well, I gotta say, I kind of expected this.
Yes, the 52/62 is incorrect. Okay. So this starts around the 11 and the 7. Seven gets in there, drives into the 11's quarter panel, and as he's trying to save it, he just gets back into him, and they continue wrecking. I'm hearing something. Oh, the 05 just drills the 1 car. And the 54 gets into the 1 as well. And as the 1 saves it, the 05 gets in there and finishes the job.
Oh man, the 5, yeah, like you said, just drilled the 1, like wasn't even paying attention.
Oh. On board with the 7.
I mean, there's a massive wreck in front of you. You've got to get off the accelerator. I mean, you can't just barrel through like that. I mean, 27 didn't have anywhere to go.
Oh my goodness.
And somehow didn't get hit at all.
And I guess I was a little too accurate when I said shades of Richmond earlier.
I guess that's right.
If you weren't aware, Randy, I think we had upwards of 20 cautions at Richmond earlier this season. So, by far the worst race I've ever casted.
Whenever I'm out on the road and I can't make these races, whenever you do your stuff, I check in on them, and I did see that.
We're getting to that level right now.
Needless to say, I did a lot of fast forwarding in that race.
Yeah. I mean, to this race's credit, we had a full green flag run with green flag pit stops. It was about 40 laps. No, 35, 30, something like that. It was a long run.
Is it just looking at one of the? Well, there were when the last time we checked, there were 36.
Yeah, so right now, looking at the race stats, 8 cautions so far, 39 of 59 laps were raced under green. So we're looking at only a third of the race under yellow, which sounds bad, but it's really not considering how many cautions we've had at the end of this thing, adding on laps. This was scheduled to be 55. Now we're in the second overtime attempt. And we got a packed, empty grandstands here at Pocono, ready to see the end of this race. 1 to green. Hey, Bradley Wilson in control of this one, as with the last, 6 times. I don't know, I think it was 3 or 4. Wolfenbarger on his inside. Wilson does elect to take the outside this time, so that's a little different. And then you got Patrick O'Keefe and Hayden Lowell restarting 3rd and 4th, and that's a little different. Those two dooring again. Shenanigans. Okie dokie. Through turn 3. For the final time this time. I'm not going to add the maybe. Green flag back in the air. Wilson with a good start. Mantra's back there with a lot of skew in that thing. I can see it from here, but we'll keep our eyes up front. Side by side for second. O'Keefe trying to make the middle work. Hayden Lowell going to stick behind that 32. These guys are going to have to work together if they want to have any chance of catching that 51 for the win. Good run down the backstretch. Hayden Lowell gives a shove to the 32, and that's going to keep them side by side for second. Now the 32 clears into the lead. Not the lead. The lead of everybody else. And he's going to try to hunt down the 51. Meanwhile, the 92 clears into third. Side by side for fourth. Hayden Lowell falls all the way back to fifth. Not a great restart there for Hayden. Wilson,
we're gonna get the white flag.
Gonna cross for the white flag. This race is official. He's breaking the draft all the way down the front straightaway. Can the 32 get there? Down the backstretch for the final time. Garrett Wolfenbarger trying to hunt down Bradley Wilson. Horrible call there. They're battling for the rest of those spots. It's going to be between those two, if anything. Through the tunnel turn. Wolfenbarger, a better entry. He does close the gap. Into turn 3, do we see a last-ditch effort? We do. The 32 slides it in there, just not enough. And Bradley Wilson will take it off turn 3. And he will win it. Here at Pocono, the battle for third is on. Who's going to get it? Looks like Hayden Lowell. I think Leo going to take home that final top 5 spot. Bradley Wilson with the win here tonight. An insane ending to this race. Alrighty, let's get a word with our top three. Pull Bradley in first. Hey Bradley, it's Lucas and Rainey. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, well, through all those restarts, all those overtime attempts, you held on strong, but it wasn't easy for you. You had a lot of trouble there. It definitely wasn't just drive away and keep going, man. Just kind of walk us through your race and definitely the end of it.
Honestly, it was just kind of focused on keeping the car clean. I know it's really loose, especially from the only little bit of practice we did have. It seemed like the track temp was a little hot. Just wanted to keep the tires under the car, out of the wall, and stayed out there a few times under the long green flag run, but then slipped through my pit stall, lost like 3 seconds. Was happy to see the yellow, but just got up to Wolfie, passed him, and then I just kind of set sail from there. Just kept looking forward.
Yeah, you definitely set sail. I don't know. It was a crazy caution there. I knew that this was going to happen when that caution came out. I don't know, what was your thought process when that caution came out?
Honestly, thankful. I think I could have caught them if I pushed it hard enough, but I didn't know if how the tires would have been once I got there. It was 4 seconds. I know you caught me from 4 seconds one time, but I'm not you. And I definitely think the tires would have been a little cooked and might not have passed them, but I think I would have caught them.
Yeah, these next-gen tires definitely not great for fall-off, it seemed like, all night. So that definitely would have hurt you. But, yeah, definitely got to be thankful for the caution and thankful for the rest of them, maybe, except for that one where the 54 was next to you. But
yeah, that one was a little nerve-wracking.
You held on for the win here, man. Got anybody you want to shout out for it?
Shenandoah Shine, Mooncar, everyone for showing up. I mean, we keep getting big fields like this, and we have those long green flag runs. It just makes it 10 times more fun. Garrett and Brantley for showing up. Hayden for having an EOL and driving his ass off and getting it up to third. You for broadcasting this, and Randy for joining you. Everyone watching, and just happy to bring the my old Bandolero Pena home P1.
Absolutely, man. It was looking good out here tonight. Taking home another win this season. And we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bradley Wilson, your winner here tonight, and I just want to say that would be his 4th win of the season. That's insane. But let's get a word with his teammate. Garrett Wolfenbarger taking home 2nd tonight. What's up, Garrett?
What's up, Lucas?
Well, man, 2nd place here tonight. Just couldn't run down Bradley for that win. I know you desperately wanted to just smack him in the bumper and take it home, but you held strong, and you take home a nice 2nd place here tonight. But what kind of needed to go better for you tonight to take home that win?
I think honestly, I thought I was feeling pretty good on that green flag pit stop, and came out right in 2nd place, got around to 1st, and if I think we stayed green, I probably had a better shot at it. I knew Bradley probably had a faster car, so I had like a 3 or 4 second lead, so I was hoping maybe we wouldn't get cautions, and I was pretty set, and then all of a sudden, caution came out, and they just kept coming, so yeah, I mean, green white checkers were sketchy. That one was real sketchy, and got 3 wide in turn 1, and thought we lost her there, and Brad was going to get first, and they were going to get shoved to the back, so nice to rebound after that and have a nice restart and get up to 2nd and stay there, so I know I thought about it, but I can't do that to Bradley, so he deserved 1st. He was definitely faster than me, so I had a blast. Always like Pocono. It's a good track, so we will definitely take 2nd after what happened last week.
Yeah, it looked like a fun one tonight, even through all the overtimes and all the side drafting, but still taking home a podium with 38 cars. Still a good night for you. Got a video shout out for it?
Yeah, Shenandoah Shine. K Designs for my paint. Brantley, appreciate it. Wall Minute Photography for taking screenshots for me. Bradley, Brantley, and everyone else for coming out. You for broadcasting and running this league. So, and then DG and all those guys for running the other league. So, had a blast, and hopefully we do pretty solid next week. I'm hoping we can try to take back this lead from Bradley on the points. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Talladega going to be a wild card for you. See you out there.
Yeah, hopefully we don't die.
I'm hoping for you. See you there.
Yep, see you.
And that was Garrett Wolfenbarger taking home 2nd tonight. Now we'll get a word with our surprising 3rd place finisher, Hayden Lowell. You were all over the place tonight, man. You started from the back, started with a drive-through, and taking home a podium. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I kind of just planned on serving the drive-through from that ninth starting spot, and then I get the EOL, which I wasn't. I was like, you didn't write that one down, but I kind of used it to my advantage a little bit. Took the drive-through right off the green flag. Got that immediate yellow, caught back up to the field. The rest of the night was just kind of being patient and driving up through the field, and tried that pit late strategy, and it got me those tires at the end for all those cautions and restarts, and had a really fun battle there with Patrick. That was awesome for third spot, kind of that crossover and drag race to the line. So that was really cool, and made it a point tonight to really try to stay off of people. And I think Nick, buddy, I'm sorry, I kind of came across your nose out of 2 on the final lap, tunnel turn, whatever we want to call it. It's got 18 different names, I swear. But I really was trying to get to Patrick for third, and brought home this, in my opinion, this beautiful throwback car on a podium where it deserves.
Absolutely. And the Petty throwback tonight, it's looking good. The Petty blue. Don't you think it's a little egotistical though, Aiden? Running the Petty paint?
So, like, I did this when you did Rockingham as the throwback way back Gen 6s, if you remember that. I drove, oh crap, I think it was a Curtis Turner car at that one, and I drove that one because it was the first NASCAR sanctioned win at Rockingham too. So I kind of do this in general in your leagues.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I didn't think about it from the egotistical way. I did throw the winner sticker on. I threw the winner sticker on to kind of be an asshole. I will admit that. But the Petty pick wasn't supposed to be like a look at me how good I am, because my one win comes backwards across the line at Bristol. I've choked one away to Blake at Las Vegas, and I still can't get a grip on these cars with something. I don't know if it's an independent rear suspension or the rack and pinion steering or a combination of all of it. I'm getting better with it, but I still can't quite get a grip on it yet.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just messing with you. I love the Petty car. I mean, you say you can't get a hold of it, but you've been finishing really well this season and on your way to the playoffs, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I tried. I brought it up. I brought it up to you. I tried.
Oh, man. Well, on that note, you got anybody want to shout out for the third place?
Yeah, I would like to thank Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, Madigan Motorsports as always. I'd like to thank you, Lucas, for putting on the broadcast. Quinn for sponsoring the 712 Breaks Cup Series. I noticed not last week, but the week before at Bristol, I had been running last season's decals on the banner, like on the windshield. It just said CTC and not 712. So Quinn, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, Quinn is furious with you over that.
I'm sorry. Well, I deserve it. Quinn, I'm sorry. We got 712 on there this week. We got the right one on. And everyone really for putting on ultimately a good race. I kind of had low expectations for Pocono based on what I've seen from officials, but honestly, we had some good green flag runs, and that was really fun. And appreciate you for putting it on the schedule, even if I don't think it's a great track for a throwback race.
Well, I thought it was awesome tonight. The throwback race goes well with Pocono, so it was good to see him out here tonight. Good to talk to you, and we'll let you go now.
Better than iRacing Super Speeder. We'll see you next week, Lucas.
Alrighty, well that's going to do it for our show tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. It was pretty crazy at the end, but I think it morphed into a decent finish. And overall, the green flag racing really brought this back and made it a decent race, I think. Final race stats, 8 cautions here tonight, 7 lead changes, 6 different leaders, and 39 of our 63 total laps were under green. We'll go over our results here. Bradley Wilson taking home the win. Garrett Wolfenbarger in second. Hayden Lowell third. Patrick O'Keefe fourth. Nick Leo in fifth. Brian Martin in sixth. Casey Rafe seventh. Trevor Trego in eighth. Nick Cooper in ninth. Garrett Boyd in 10th. Cliff Mullins in 11th. Carson Bechtel in 12th. Davis Greenwald in 13th. DG Swiss 14th. Bradley Bryant 15th. Ronnie Holmes in 16th, Kenny Frisbee in 17th, Victor Lugo in 18th, Trent Snead 19th, Brad Patton 20th, Jeremy Clapper Newell 21st, Ian Montrose 22nd. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Jake Vanoski 23rd, Andrew Beach 24th, Daniel Lemone 25th, Mateo Ortiz 26th, Jesse J. Jones 27th, Garrett Warren 28th, Jamal Collins 29th, Ricardo Bernal 30th, Scott Elston 31st, Kobe Stidham 32nd, Jeff Price 33rd, Brian Jackson 34th, Jonathan Raines 35th, Dalton Hayes 36th, Dave Hoytsman 37th, and rounding out our 38 cars here tonight, Randy Lee in 38th, who joined us in the booth. So thank you to Randy. He head out before I could thank him, but thank you, Randy, for sticking in the booth tonight. It was fun having you, and thank you all for watching here tonight. It was a blast, and we'll see you next week for Talladega here in the CTC 712 Breaks Cup Series. But I'm Lucas Hoytsma. That's going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you next week.